Hello, I'm Hef Munson, executive producer of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. This is what happens when the snow forces a cancellation of the regular taping. I'll be filling in the holes for this evening. We have, as close as I can get to our usual show, we have the news and community bulletin board. Adele is not here with It's Easy Being Green, but she has submitted her story, which I will read to you instead. Then we have news for seniors and 2 interviews. The first with Miriam Gennari and Stuart Rosenthal of the Beacon newspapers, and the second with Karin McLaughlin and Blake Davenport and Leah Verbitsky talking about Discover Arlington. Time for the social media reminder announcement. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on YouTube at Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. You can also find us on the radio at WERA 96.7 FM right here in Arlington. So you'll want to check that out. Now it's time for the news, and I have my special news hat. The spring snow of March 21st has some Arlingtonians disappointed, as accumulations of 4 to 8 inches made travel difficult and forced cancellation of quite a number of events. A few commentators were pleased, referring to the snowfall as decent. Monday's winter storm watch turned into a winter storm warning by Tuesday afternoon. Additional snow is possible over the weekend, after which temperatures are expected to moderate to more seasonal levels. Daniel's not here. We'll take it. There are still 2 opportunities to meet with a county board member before the public budget hearing in April. Every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. at locations around the county, you can meet one-on-one with a county board member. No appointment is needed. The upcoming Open Door Mondays will take place at Aurora Hills Library on Monday, March 26th, and Langston Brown Community Center on Monday, April 2nd. The public budget hearing itself will be held on Tuesday, April 3rd at 7 o'clock p.m. at 2100 Clarendon Boulevard, Suite 300. We have a first for 2018 that is not happy. On March 16th, Arlington County Police were dispatched to a house in the 4100 block of 11th Place North. There they discovered a deceased male. After an investigation, the death is now being identified as a homicide. Anyone with information regarding this incident is urged to call Detective Muniza at 703-228-4171. You can also email rmuniza at arlingtonva.us, or you can call the Arlington County Crime Solvers at 866-411-8477. Finally in the news, parents from the Arlington Traditional School have rallied to ask the school board not to add a new class to their school. The school already has 4 relocatable classroom trailers, and the parents do not want any more. 2018 projections show the traditional school at 116% utilization, with the ideal being 100%. There are 4 schools with higher utilization percentages and 6 schools with utilization rates in the 90s. Abingdon's rate is the lowest at 93%, while Henry is the highest at 150%.
It's easy being green.
On our first day of spring in 2018 in Arlington, a 1-2 punch of winter storms has come up. Mercurial March weather makes us eager for our native spring ephemeral wildflowers, and a spring hike is the perfect antidote to the winter blues. From late March to early May, explore our local area's hundreds of miles of woodland trails and enjoy our colorful spring ephemerals that emerge before our forest canopy leaves out. Joe Tree Frog wants to highlight one of our favorite easy hikes, the Potomac Heritage Trail at Riverbend Park in April. The trail mostly hugs the Potomac River at Riverbend Park And in April, head north to the trail to enjoy a relatively easy 3-mile out and back hike to experience the rich blue and green carpet of our native Virginia bluebells. In addition to our famous Virginia bluebells, there's also spring beauty, trout lily, trillium, bloodroot, Dutchman's breeches, and much more. Or join a naturalist-led walk to learn to identify our native spring ephemeral wildflowers among the winter leaf litter. Check out the low-cost nature classes offered by Fairfax Parks and Recreation. The popular Bluebells and Bloodroots class at Riverbend is available Sunday, April 1st at 9:30 a.m. and Saturday, April 21st, also at 9:30 a.m. Or you can join the Spring Wildflowers of Scott's Run class on Saturday, April 7th at 9:30 a.m. or the Lake Accotink Wildflower Walk on Saturday, April 21st at 10:30 a.m. For more details, check the website fairfaxcounty.gov/parks. Lastly, mark your calendars for the family-friendly Bluebells at the Bend Festival at Riverbend Park on Saturday, April 14th. Festival details are available on Facebook, or you can check out the website to register online. That's fairfaxcounty.gov/parks/Riverbend/Bluebells. And remember, it's easy being green, heralding our spring ephemerals.
It's easy being green.
Thanks to Adele for submitting that story on Easy Being Green. It's time for Community Bulletin Board. I don't have a hat for that, or a frog. The Family Master Chef's Day is a series of cooking classes for families. You'll be able to create and taste a variety of recipes, including honey whole wheat bread, cornbread bites, and many more. The cost is $15 per person, and children must register with an adult. The minimum age is 8 years old, with one adult supervising up to 2 children. The series runs over 3 days. On March 27th, you'll concentrate on appetizers. March 28th is all about entrees. And finally, on March 29th, naturally, desserts. It's being held at the Kenmore Middle School from 10 o'clock in the morning to 12 noon. For more information and to register, call 703-228-4773. Now here's something for teens in grades 6 through 12. It's called Teen Club. Activities will include duct tape art, monster bookmark tutorials, blackout poetry, and more. Some of those things I don't know what they are myself. Maybe I should go. All that plus hot chocolate. That's on Thursday, March 29th from 2:45 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Westover Branch Library, 1644 North McKinley Road, Suite 3, here in Arlington. Next up, we have contra dancing. Now, contra dancing is kind of like square dancing. Both are danced to folk music, and both have a caller. They might ask the dancers to do a do-si-do or an alamanda. If you don't know what those words mean, don't worry. There will be a workshop for beginners before the actual dance. And you don't even need to bring a partner. That's on Friday, March 30th from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. at the Lee Community and Senior Center and Park at 5722 Lee Highway here in Arlington. For more information, call Adriana Carr at 703-228-0555. Our next story is about a spring peeper prowl. Spring peeper glasses in place. On March 30th, there will be a spring peeper prowl starting at 7 o'clock in the evening. It's a family event open to children aged 5 and up. Join the search for tiny tree frogs and other amphibians at Long Branch Nature Center at Glen Carlin Park, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. There is a $5 registration fee, and children must be accompanied by an adult. To register, call 703-228-6535. So much for that. Mercifully, perhaps, it's time for Miriam Gennari's interview with Stuart Rosenthal of the Beacon newspapers. Check it out.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Last year, the Beacon newspaper reached out to its readers and said, let's start talking art. Well, the time has now come to examine and display their art. And Stuart Rosenthal, publisher and editor of the Beacon newspaper, is here to tell us how seniors can do just that.
Thank you, Miriam. Yes, we're very excited about this project, this year-long project of the Beacon. So what we've done is we've had a lot of stories in all of our editions for the last few months about older artists, people who late in life took up painting and poetry and photography and all kinds of things as inspiration to all of the rest of our readers, because we know that people later in life might say, you know, I used to do this when I was young. I wonder if I can get back into it again. Or I've always wanted to paint or sculpt or something. So we're trying to encourage that. We've had stories about all the different art classes available in the area.
Well, you've done more than that, though. You've planted seeds.
Yes.
You've given people an opportunity to test their hands. So what have you...
So we're having a competition starting April 1. For 3 months, it'll be an online competition where people can enter in 4 different categories, their best works, but you have to be 50 or older in order to enter, okay?
I'm almost there.
All right,
maybe
some other time. So we have painting and art, drawing of any kind, you know, pen and ink or any kind of
So
watercolor to oil, anything, acrylic, whatever. And then we have a category called 3D art, by which we mean pottery, jewelry, sculpture, anything that involves mixed media. You can also enter in that category. Then there's digital photography, where you can either do just your straight digital pictures or you can manipulate them with Photoshop or something else, do something abstract. And then there's poetry. So in all these 4 categories, we've been encouraging our readers and others throughout the metropolitan area to develop their best work and enter it in this competition. There's going to be cash prizes and a gallery tour, all kinds of exciting things for the winners.
So it's time to get into your shop and start to design and decorate and get creative. And
or take a class if you've never done it. Go to a paint night. You know, there's so many things people can do to learn how to try to do something new.
And you've been encouraging people to do that.
Absolutely.
You've been giving them places to go and maybe try something new.
Sure.
What kind of feedback are you getting?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, people are calling all the time. They're all chomping at the bit. They want to enter already.
So how do they enter?
Well, it's an online competition. We are partnering with the Maryland Federation of Art, which has a wonderful website that allows us to have an online competition.
Wonderful.
So what you'll need to do, everybody who's not only an artist, but they'll have to have a little bit of help with the computer, because you need to take a couple of digital pictures of your artwork, upload a certain size file to the website along with your entry information, and it's all done online. So it's not hard once you get the hang of it, but you have to follow the rules, and the rules are all very clearly laid out for us. We have on our website, you can go to thebeaconnewspapers.com and click on the Celebration of the Arts logo, and that'll take you to the page that has the rules, and the rules sort of take you through all the steps in order to enter the competition.
So once you get through that and you get it posted, what happens?
Okay, well, there'll be professional judging. April, May, and June, the competition is open for people to enter, so you have time to still develop new art if you haven't done it yet. Then there'll be prizes awarded, $100, $50, and $25 in each of the 4 categories, plus honorable mentions. Then we're going to honor the winners in a number of ways. First of all, the Beacon has its expo. September 30th, it's going to be at Springfield Town Center, and October 14th at Silver Spring. We're going to have the winners and their products there, and we're going to present them with their awards. We're also going to have them at the Baltimore Senior Expo and the Howard County Senior Expo, so the whole metropolitan area gets to meet our winners. We're having a special section in the Beacon with stories about the winners and their bios and their artwork to sort of give them the publicity that's going to be in the paper as well. And then they're going to have a gallery tour. We're having a show at the Pepco Gallery in downtown Washington, D.C. at the end of the year with an opening reception and the whole thing. So there's a lot of exciting things for those who've entered. And
tell us that there's also some benefits in terms of a year-long membership, I think is exciting.
Yes. Everybody who enters gets a free 1-year membership in the Maryland Federation of Art. And now you say, I'm in Arlington, why do I need Maryland Federation of Art? Okay, it's a national site, and people from all over the country, all over the world, enter their competitions online there. So furthermore, they have something called the portfolio, where if you are a member, you can set up your own portfolio of 20 of your works and your bio and your picture, and then you can give that, you have your own special link, and you give it to all your friends and your family, and they can go and look at all your artwork and comment on it.
What a wonderful way to share the investment of your time.
And you can sell your artwork online if you want through the site. Really? There are all kinds of nice things.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's a $70 value, and it's included with an entry.
How did you come up with this idea? It seems like such a wonderful thing for seniors to be able to do, to be able to share and give, and also just explore new things.
Absolutely. I have to give the credit to one of our readers. A reader came to me and said, my mom at the age of 90 decided that she was going to take up art. We all thought she was, what was she thinking about? She took a class in painting, and she started painting beautiful things. And she took a class in sculpture, and she started sculpting and doing pottery. And then she started writing poetry. And for 10 years, from 90 to 100, this woman blossomed in all these ways that she didn't even know she had talent. And it was such an inspiring story. We decided that should be true for all of our readers and all of us. We should be able to do the same thing later in life.
I think it's fantastic that you're doing it. Can you tell me a little bit about the sponsors that are helping make this happen?
Sure. AARP is a major sponsor for us. We really appreciate their participation. A number of retirement communities in the area. There's Somerset in Virginia, there's Brook Grove in Maryland, there's Vantage House in Howard County. They're sponsoring and also encouraging their residents to enter, and they're covering the $10 entry fee for any of their residents who want to enter. Okay. So if you're not one of those residents, you have your own $10 fee to come up with, but we try to make it a very low fee per item so that it wouldn't be too much of a barrier for people.
And this opportunity is available to the D.C. metro area?
This covers all of the Beacon readership area, all of Baltimore County and City, all of Howard County, and the whole greater Washington area. That's what we're doing for this regional competition.
Okay, and then these individuals, after they're finished with their products, or they're going to send pictures in and everything.
Right, that's correct.
But then they can turn this into a bit of industry. They can sell their art.
That's right. They can sell their art on the website. They can say, when they first enter the competition, they can say, this is the price I want for this piece. Now, I'm told that most older people who are doing this for the first time don't want to sell their pieces. They fall in love with them. They don't want to give them away.
I bet their families are going to fall in love with them too.
Yes, right. But if they do want to sell them, that's certainly a possibility. They're allowed to do that.
So how do people find out more information?
Well, you can call us, of course, at the Beacon, 301-949-9766. You can go to our website, thebeaconnewspapers.com. Don't forget don't forget the S at the end. I'm sorry, it's a long name. And then, of course, you can click on the Celebration of the Arts ad on the homepage, at the very top of the homepage, and that'll take you to all the information you need.
Excellent. It's a wonderful idea, Stuart. I'm going to start working on my art now.
All right. Very good. And we look forward to having lots of Arlington residents in the competition.
Absolutely. So go to the Beacon website, make sure that you register, and we'll all look forward to seeing your art. I'm Miriam Gennari. That's a Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.
Thank you, Miriam and Stuart, for all you do. Now it's time for news for seniors. In keeping in tradition, we have news for seniors glasses. First up is about quality care. Checklists, tools, and tips for ensuring quality care in the hospital will be discussed on Tuesday, March 27th at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Walter Reed Senior Center. The guest speaker will be Gwendolyn Klein, founder of Values-Based Patient Advocates. She will identify the potential for adverse effects and how to prevent them. To register, call 703-228-0955. Here's something for older drivers. The myth of the unsafe older driver, how aging might affect driving performance, and how new automobile technologies can help to avoid crashes will all be discussed on Wednesday, March 28th at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Walter Reed Senior Center. Mike Perrell, retired safety researcher with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, will present this interactive program. To register, call 703-228-0955. Next up, podcasts. Well, podcasts. I think I'll do this next story Walter Winchell style. Attention podcast followers! There's a new group forming for both veteran and new listeners. It's like a book club, but instead of reading the agreed-upon selection, you listen to it online. The first meeting will be held Thursday, March 29th at 1 o'clock p.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. Call for details and the pre-selected podcast at 703-228-6300. That's if anybody still even remembers Walter Winchell. Finally, local author Dr. Charles Toftoy, a GWU Professor Emeritus and Vietnam combat veteran, will discuss his most recent book, Amazing Fireside Talks. That's on Thursday, March 29th at 1:00 p.m. at the Walter Reed Senior Center. Dr. Toftoy describes the book as a compelling and visionary approach to finding inspiration and hope. Call to sign up at 703-228-0955. Once again, thanks to Judy Masabny for this week's Senior Stories. Now it's time for the second interview of the evening. Karin McLaughlin and her guests, all about discovering Arlington. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Karin McLaughlin from Karin's Calendar. Tonight I have Leah and Blake with me from Discover the District. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So why don't you guys give us an introduction of who you are and what you do with Discover the District?
So Discover the District, it's basically a community events planning company. We focus on events that kind of bring the local businesses together with the people who live in the area. We just want to create fun, engaging events, different events from your typical happy hour, an opportunity for people to meet, but have fun. So we've done different events from yoga and beer was our first event, various other fitness charity events, cooking classes, walking food tours, and most recently a large fitness and wellness festival. So just different events for people to really engage in the community.
And neither of you are actually from the area, so how did you come to this area and decide that this was something that was needed, and how did it kind of grow and morph into this big thing now that you guys put on all these events?
So it first started initially as an Instagram account. The Instagram account was called Discover Arlington. I had gotten my real estate license at that time, and I kind of wanted to create a way for me to differentiate myself from other realtors and kind of showcase the local restaurants and the things to do and places to go. And it got a lot of steam, and it built and built, and it grew, and a lot of businesses started reaching out to us, and then they wanted to be featured. And then we got asked by a local pie baker that we should do a pie baking class, and we're like, we want to meet people in this area, and we want to do fun events. Let's do this. And we never actually ended up doing that, but that's kind of how it grew. And then we did one event after another over the last year. And from that Instagram account, we now formed the company Discover the District, and so we do more events just Arlington, Alexandria, and now DC. So.
Nice. And you guys have your biggest event of the year that was a huge hit and success last year. It's coming up April 7th. Why don't you guys tell us about that and what people can kind of expect to experience and see, hear, taste, learn, all that stuff about this event?
So this event's really cool. It's the Discover Arlington Fitness and Wellness Festival, and it's a way for people to come out and sample over 15 different fitness studios. So maybe they're a regular yogi, or maybe they love spin, but they've wanted to try boxing. Well, this is a way for them to do all of that, as well as meditate. What else do we have?
We have
bar, everything, literally everything,
fitness,
dancing. And then
UFC.
Also, it's a great way for them to sample different healthy food vendors. So we're going to have a lot from all over the district coming, but it's just a showcase of all the healthiest food and wellness companies: acupuncture, chiropractic treatments, massage therapy, all in one area at Gateway Park in Roslyn.
Yeah, so if you like health and fitness, you should come.
Nice. And you don't necessarily have to even like fitness and wellness. If you're maybe just kind of a curious person about Arlington, this might be a good event too, especially if you're new in the area like you guys were. You guys learned so much about Arlington through all these events that you did. What are some of your favorite spots in Arlington? We're going to kind of pique the interest of some people here.
Well, in terms of restaurant, our favorite
Ambar.
is definitely Ambar. If you haven't been, you have to go there. It's absolutely amazing.
Anyone that comes to visit from out of town, we take them there immediately. Nice. Northside Social is my favorite spot to get work done, as well as their coffee is amazing. It's also like walking distance to all the best things to do, I feel like, in Arlington.
Yeah.
So you guys also, you mentioned, do other events other than the Fitness and Wellness Festival, but we want to know about how people can join in more for this event and for the other things you guys do. How can listeners and viewers learn more and be a part of this thing?
Well, the first way to learn more and get instant access to everything we're doing is to follow our Instagram account. It's called Discover Arlington. That's going to give you all the information and events that we have going on in Arlington. You can also go to our website. We have a Discover Arlington website, discoverarlingtonvirginia.com. We also have our event planning company website, discoverthedistrictevents.com. And then for the event, the fitness festival coming up, tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. You can just, on Eventbrite, type in Discover Arlington. It should pop up. And yeah, it should be a really good event.
And this is a pretty big event on scale and both obviously the work that you're putting into it. How much time are you guys putting into making this thing happen?
You don't want to know. Yeah.
So quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, we did it in September, and we're doing it again, obviously, now. So a lot of the planning and a lot of the hard work was already done. So, but, you know, last year we only had about 25 different companies. Now we have about 50 or 60 different companies. We've already sold more tickets than we sold last year combined. So it should be a really fun event.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank the viewers for tuning in and also thank Leah and Blake for being here. Remember that we are having this great event going down April 7th. So if you can, tune in and learn more about the event itself. Go to Eventbrite and get tickets, and also check out the website discoverthedistrictevents.com to learn about this and all the great events. Again, I am Karin McLaughlin from Karin's Calendar, a great show here as well on WERA 96.7 FM. Thank you guys all for joining us, and back to the news desk.
Thanks to Karin and her guests. Now, this is the part of the show where we usually come back to a three-shot of everybody sitting around and making closing remarks. We actually have a late story to close with. It seems our friends at the Two Blue Band will be playing an unplugged show. That will be on Saturday, March 31st from 7 to 9 p.m. at Cassat's Kiwi Cafe at 4536 Lee Highway here in Arlington. Check it out. And that is our show for this week. Next week we'll have all the right people here to say all the right things and do it properly. This was the best I could do for now. But at any rate, if you're there, they'll be here, and we'll try to do it all again. Thank you so much.